You're listening to
Tattness with Keith Tattness McQuarrie and Niles Already.
Never made it as a wise man.
Shut up, Meg.
This is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and you're listening to
Tattness Radio. You were taking too long. Shut up. I'm Kevin Hart. You're listening to Tattness Radio. Because if you're not, Keith will beat that ass.
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you're listening to that sorry sumbitch Tattness.
I'm Bryan Cranston, and you were listening to Tattness Radio.
You like listening to Tattness Radio or whatever?
You primitive screwheads are listening to Tattness Radio.
I'm Shirley Theron, and you're listening to my friend Tattness.
This is David Spade, and you're listening to Tattness Radio.
You're listening to my friend on Tattness Radio. Now get to the chopper.
You're listening to Tattness Radio, because if you're not, I will find you, and I will kill you.
This is the Dead Man, and you're listening to Tattness Radio.
This is Avril Lavigne, and I love my friend Heath. This is Lady Gaga, and I love Tattness.
Shout out to my boy Tattness.
This is Tony Hawk, and you're listening to Tattness Radio.
This is Bob Odenkirk, and you're listening to Tattness Radio. Or Keith will sue your ass.
This is Snoop Dogg, shout out to Tattness.
I'm Rey Mysterio, and you're kicking it with Tattness.
Tattness Radio.
Coming soon.
What's cracking, you inquisitive legends, you? It's the day. Today is the fucking day. It is the Ask Me Anything show, and my god, you guys did not disappoint. There's so many fucking questions, it's unreal. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna still play music, but I'm gonna get to as many questions as I can along the way, and then we'll take a break, hit you with some music, come back to your questions, try to get a bunch done all at once. So that way, you guys feel like I really gave you answers and I didn't just pick a few questions here and there. You guys have been waiting for this. I want to give it to you and not disappoint. I want to make sure it's a lengthy show and I get to as many questions as I can. Once again, I will try not to get through repeats and things of that nature, so I'm answering all original questions that have only been answered once. And once I'm done, I'm done. So I'll try to get to everybody, but there's just too many damn questions in the emails, man. I will not have the time to get through every single question that was sent in. There's just fucking, it's inhumanly possible. Like fucking, it's just too much. But I'll get to as many as I can. Starting with number one from Shad Parker. What's up, Tattness? Longtime fan. Was there somebody you really enjoyed seeing find out you were famous because it bothered them? So you really caught on to the fact I'm petty as fuck, huh? Maybe, I guess. I think probably my old man. I think if, and simply because he always said I would never be shit, and now he can't fucking do nothing on the internet without seeing my fucking name. So I think that's kind of rewarding. Shove his fucking bitterness and his harsh words back down his throat. So maybe I get a little enjoyment out of that, sure. Good question, thank you, man. And thanks for the support. You said longtime fan, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for, following my career, man. Number two, Dina Barrett. Hey, Tattness, longtime fan, longtime listener, love all your work. What were your best and worst subjects in school? Well, first of all, thank you so much again for being so supportive. Best and worst subjects in school. Good question. I would have to say, obviously, art was probably one of my best, but if you want to talk actual subjects, I would say English. I always loved English. It was one of my favorite classes. And worst, I would have to say geography, because I just did not fucking care. I hated coloring those stupid little maps and all that bullshit. So I just never got into geography, man. So I think that would be the one that I would say I sucked at the most. Jana Goodman. I'm sorry, by the way, y'all, if I fucking butcher your names or pronunciation of your names. I really do apologize. No disrespect intended. Jana Goodman. What were you like as a kid? Jesus. Believe it or not, in spite of the fucking big mouth that I am today, the opinionated fuck I am today, I was a very quiet kid. I was very shy, actually. I did not talk to people if I didn't know them. I was super shy, super quiet. So Not who you know today, that's for damn sure. But yeah, that's in a nutshell. I was super quiet. You couldn't get me to say 2 words, man. Unless you got me out of my shell, then I was hyper and just fucked up and crazy. But but no, pretty quiet, pretty mellow. I think I was a pretty good kid, man. I never caused no trouble. You know, nothing major, just cuss a lot. But that's about it. Quiet and shy. Number 4, Francis Lloyd. What is it about the way you do what you do that separates you from others? Oh, Jesus. Good question, man. I'm not sure. I think, you know, the best answer I can give to that is I think we all have our own style of doing things. I think we all bring our own character to the forefront with what we do. So we're all unique, man. We're all our own people. In spite of comparisons some people might make to me and other people, I think ultimately we are our own people. We have our own styles, our own views, our own opinions, and I think that kind of works its way into our work quite a bit. So I think that would be it, you know, ultimately. I don't think it's anything egotistical or nothing like that. I think it's just we are individuals. We are our own people. So that's probably the big contributing factor that sets you apart from anybody else. Not necessarily talent level or anything else, just being your own person. Thanks for the question, though. Marcelo Ross. Do you like to play video games? If so, what games? I do, actually. One of my favorite games of all time is Final Fantasy VII. I love Resident Evil 1 and 2, especially. The Fallout series, I love. My God, there's so many games, dude, that are super cool. But those are my big ones, I think. I truly do love those games, man. I could get into Fallout and all that for time. Like, it's very time consuming because it's such an open-ended game. Absolutely love it. So, yes, I do, and those are the games I would pick as my favorites. Nancy Neal. Hi, Tattness. Huge fangirl here. Who is your dream girl? Mrs. Tattness. Thanks for asking. Tia Warner asks, what is the weirdest thing a fan has asked you to sign? Oh, man. I know you guys are going to get your minds in the gutter on that one. I would say, though, the weirdest thing would be probably the closest thing at the time that was handy, which was a protein shaker, because it was at a gym. So, you know, signing that was kind of awkward because it's a little bit weird shape, you know, to sign something like a fucking protein shaker. Sharon Malone. Oh, Sharon's asking the heavy hitter questions and she's gonna get me in some trouble. Who are your celebrity crushes? Dang. Well, I guess I can freely answer this now because I'm not with a fucking nut who gets in her head and fucking is gonna go off on a rampage over this shit. She has hers, I have mine. Mine, I would have to say, and you might notice a pattern here, I love when a woman can make me laugh. So Anna Kendrick, of course, is still on that list. Jessica Roth from Happy Death Day, she's funny as hell. I really always thought, you know, just because of the sense of humor especially, Aubrey Plaza was fucking one of them. And Leslie Mann from 40-Year-Old Virgin, I fucking love that girl, man. She is like probably the funniest fucking woman out there. So I think those are the ones, man. Back in the day, if you were to ask me, like in high school, it was Drew Barrymore for like the longest time. And you know what? She's still on the list, honestly. Don't kill me, Caitlin. Lauren Thomas asks, what charities do you support? That's a great question. I am a firm believer in supporting charities. As everybody seems to know, I do charitable work. I would have to say, obviously, first and foremost, NKH research. Anything involving sick children and children in need. Make-A-Wish Foundation, I heavily stand by. I think they do wonderful work, too. So anything that involves kids especially, or, you know, feeding people that can't afford to feed themselves, I think no one should go hungry. So I think that's a big one too. Great question. Ivy Ford, 2-part question. 1, are you single? Absolutely not even close. 2, what fictional character would be most exciting to meet in real life? Oh my god, that's a great question, actually. Ron Burgundy. I'm going with my homeboy Ron Burgundy. If he was a real dude, that would be my guy. I would hang with him and we'd drink scotch and, you know, make some questionable life choices. Leanne Alvarado. What sports do you enjoy watching? Obviously UFC. I would say football, NFL, hockey, boxing. I know people are going to say it's not a sport, but WWE's dope. And that's probably about it. If we're talking TV, that's probably about it. If we're talking in person, I do love going to baseball games as well, but watching on TV just puts me the fuck to sleep, man. It's the commentary. It's so boring. It's like watching paint dry. But in person, yes, I would definitely go to some baseball games. I've been to some Raptors games back home in Toronto, and like I said, also being there, great. Watching it on TV, not really my thing. So I think that's the list. Claire Woods, will you marry me? Jesus, girl. I can already hear Caitlin sharpening the fucking hacksaw. Just run, girl. Just run. You just opened up a world of hurt. You don't want no part of it. So just trust me on this. It's not worth it. Just run. But thanks for the compliment. Lizzie Ramirez, do you get used to being a celebrity? Maybe some people do. I personally don't. I still think it's fucking weird after 8 years. It always weirds me out. I find that it's just mind-boggling to me that people care so much about what I do and about me as a person on a personal level, want to know so much about me as a person. It's kind of strange, but I'm not complaining. It's cool. It's just I find it strange and I don't really get used to it. Lily Stokes, you said your wife is a plumber. Is that a plus for you, knowing she has a trade skill? Hell yeah, because honestly, let me put it to you like this. To endure what I can only imagine exists in terms of like sexist mentality in trades and what women have to go through to be taken seriously getting into a trade, and all the people that would probably try to discourage them and say, you know, maybe you should try this instead or whatever. I commend the fuck out of any woman that goes through trades and becomes a skilled trade worker, because I know how much bullshit probably exists in the industry, and for them to overcome that, to me, is super fucking impressive and inspirational. So that, I think, is your answer. Abso-fucking-lutely. I couldn't be more proud of her. Haley Hoffman, just want to say your voice drives me wild in the best way. Okay, thank you. That's, again, here comes the hacksaw. You might want to watch yourself. You tread lightly, but thank you. I hear that from people all the time. It's so fucking weird. I just don't get it, but thank you. For my question, who is your biggest inspiration? Madden. Easy. My son Madden. As you know, he's not with us anymore, but he was a fighter, so hands down, easy question. Thank you so much. Myrna Stark, is it weird being so strong that weightlifting looks easy? I honestly, that's such a funny question, because literally somebody just recently said that I make weightlifting look easy with ridiculous amounts of weight. They've seen some footage. And honestly, the answer to that question is a straight up not really, because for me, that's normal. I don't know any different. I don't compare myself to what other people are doing, so every once in a while people have to remind me that what I do is not exactly normal. So there's that. So long story short, not really, no. It's not weird to me. It's just kind of what I do. But thank you. I feel like that was a compliment in a way. So thank you. Colleen Reyes. Big time fan, long time listener of both shows. If you could say anything to yourself as a teen, your teen self, what would you say?
Get your hand off my penis!
Bernardo Cantrell asks, what is your favorite guilty pleasure food? Oh my god, dude, I know I am gonna get judged so hard for this because I know what people are gonna say about it. I know it's processed. I know it's not real food, but Taco Bell, bro. I don't know what it is, but when you just want to slum it, man, that is the go-to food. That's the one for me that I'm just like, I hate myself, but I'm doing it. So that would be the one for me. Michael Green. What up, Tattness? Big time fan. Just curious, do you speak any other languages? Yeah, I'm pretty fluent in profanity. Other than that, no, just English. Let's see. Tammy Coffee asks, how would someone get your special attention? Ask Mrs. Tattness. Who else do we have here? Let me see. Casey Duffy, would you date a fan? I have, and I think I'm currently involved and kind of, tied the knot with a fan because she's such a big supporter of my work. So I would like to think that I am involved with a fan, yes. Spencer Bates asks, would you ever have Chad from Nickelback on your show? Lita Farrell asks, what is your most cherished career moment? Man, that's a damn tough question. I would have to say, though, if I really had to pick, and there's so fucking many, I have to say that one that holds a special place in my heart would have to be when Jan Birch was on the Tattness podcast Uncensored and told me Wes Craven would have loved you and would have loved to work with you before he passed. That just, to be told that the dude that created Nightmare on Elm Street fucking would love to work with you and would have loved you as a person, that fucking meant everything to me because I'm such a massive Nightmare on Elm Street fan and Wes Craven was such a brilliant mind. So I think that would probably be the one that I'll never forget. And, not to take anything away from anybody else or any experiences that I've had, because I've had so many cool ones, man, and so many surreal moments, but that one just really sticks out in my mind, so I'd have to go with that. Like I said, there's just so fucking many that it's really, really hard to just narrow it down to one, but that would be the one because it's the first thing that popped into my head that I just trip out over still to this day. Sasha Yang asks, pizza or tacos? Yes. Why do you make me choose, bro? I can't make that choice. I'm sorry. My inner fatty just will not have it. I smoke weed, man. I would never pick one over the other. I don't know. I guess it depends on whatever mood I'm in at the time, but they're both killer. Everyone knows I love Mexican food so damn much, but I'm also a pizza nut, so, I can't pick just one. Derek Cole, what up, Tattness? Huge fan, love your work, and I've been listening to your past shows and the Ask Me Anythings get wild, so I wanted to hit you with a question that maybe you haven't gotten before. What is your favorite childhood memory and with who? Wow, that's actually pretty cool, man. Favorite childhood memory, I think, would be, for me, like when I smell charcoal barbecues now, I think of my childhood being in the backyard with a bunch of my aunts and uncles and my grandmother and the dog and my cousins and just, having the charcoal barbecue going. And I remember Rod Stewart playing on the radio, so his voice always has a special place in my heart now. And I'm always openly a fan of his work because of that. So I think that's it, man. Hanging out by the pool, like the little plastic yellow kiddie pool, not an actual pool. It was the ghetto. So I think that would probably be my favorite childhood memory, is just summer outside and having a good time. Let's get to some music and then I'll get back to your questions, man. Love y'all.
This bulletin just in a scene to rival the famed St. Valentine's Day massacre of the 1920 Chicago, Don Armateo, reputed crime lord, and 10 of his henchmen were gunned down.
I rock a nigga to sleep. Rock-a-bye, baby. Rock-a-bye, baby. You should be dead by now. Smile, but wait until my shooters come round. With the talents and hollow tip rounds. In my hood, they know I say down. You should be dead by now. Smile, but wait until my shooters come round. With the talents and hollow tip rounds. In my hood, they know I say down. Yeah, I show you my teeth all through the beef. Paint the sidewalk red with the back of your head. Shootouts in my hood like a daily routine. These think I'm involved when a nigga hit hard. So when the hammer hit the shell and the hollow tip fly, nigga, you can cross your heart and hope not to die. Come through, squash the drama, send niggas with llamas to heat your ass up. Fuck being mashed up. I was given the gift of life. From Sabrina, since then I've been jammed up and bucked with the Nina Nana raised 9 kids. I turned out the meanest. I mean a menace. Fuck with me and you finish. You should be dead by now. Smile, but wait until my shooters come round. With the talents and hollow tip rounds. In my hood, they know I say down. You should be dead by now. Smile, but wait until my shooters come round. With the talents and hollow tip rounds. In my hood, they know I say down. I always pay my debts when I owe a nigga bullets. Got an arsenal with infantry and niggas to pull it. Go ahead, style on me, get dealt with. It's nothing. I chase a nigga down and touch him, catch him and bust him. Bitch, get out the way, the baby who wash spray. I wear the nigga like a hydrant on a hot summer day. But you can catch me in May, riding around with the K. Better watch what you say, we'll get it poppin' today. I make it hot round here, I call the shots round here. I have a nigga tear off your top down here. Just a man that broke hearts from bullshit dreams. And everything a nigga works on the triple B, Southside. You should be dead by now. Smile, but wait until my shooters come round. With the talents and hollow tip rounds. In my hood, they know I say down. You should be dead by now. Smile, but wait until my shooters come round. With the talents and hollow tip rounds. In my hood, they know I say down.
I'm here to tell you your services are no longer needed in the community.
Okay, back to your questions. Maggie Conrad, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Mexican, easily.
I love the little tacos. I love them good.
This one comes from the missus, apparently. Oh God, Caitlin. Excuse me, husband. I'd like to know what's the most imaginative insult you can come up with right now, and fucking honestly, that kills me. Thanks, baby. I don't know, on a scale from 1 to Nickelback fan, how creative can I get? Earlier today, I actually had to insult somebody that was getting out of line. Them and their boy were kind of getting on my last fucking nerve. I was like, listen here, you fucking useless sack of molested piss. You and your fucking thrift store anal beads buddy over there need to fuck right off. So, maybe that's it. I don't know. But my mind is a weird place, let me just say. Candace Coleman, do you have any funny stories about being recognized in public? Yes, actually I do. There's a story about a time that my personal assistant dragged me to fucking Starbucks on one of her coffee runs, and one of the girls that worked there looked at me kind of weird, and she's like, you probably hear this all the time, but you kind of look like that Tattness guy. And I'm like, yeah, I get that once in a while. It's been known to happen. And she asked for my name for the cup, and when I told her, she was like, oh, weird, I'm pretty sure his real name is Keith too. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard that. I met him once. What a dick. So later on throughout the month, fucking a week or so later maybe, my assistant went back in there and saw that girl, and she looked at my assistant and she kind of put her head down like she realized and felt dumb. So that was kind of funny. I love trolling people, man. You gotta have fun with this shit, you know. I never understood those celebrities that were like, don't you know who I am, and blah 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 blah, and have all that fucking ego. It's just ridiculous. So you gotta have fun with this shit, you know what I mean? Annette Thomas asks, who is your favorite person to follow on Twitter? It used to be, up until just recently, he just passed, rest in peace, Iron Sheik. That dude was the funniest. He would always post this inspirational shit, but then cap it off with go fuck yourself. So that's funny as shit, man. Fucking just like a bridge over troubled waters, go fuck yourself. I'm like, that's the greatest shit ever. And I think that would outdo anything I could say to those two fools today that I had to insult, because, you know, one of you's trash and the other one's garbage. Sorry, y'all. If you could eat... Oh, I already answered that. Let me see here. God dang. Elise King. Hi, Tattness. I met you in New York, and you were the sweetest person. You signed my copy of the documentary and had a conversation with me for about 10 minutes. I'm an even bigger fan now. My question is, if you could trade places with another celebrity, who would it be? My homeboy Dwayne. When he goes on his cheat days and has like that big massive fucking platter of sushi, that would be the moment. I'd be like, sorry bro, I got this, and just take over his spot and trade places with him, because fuck yes, sushi rules. Daphne Jacobson. Hey Tattness, I just want to say I love you. What's the craziest rumor you've heard about yourself? Oh man, years ago, a couple years back, I think you guys might remember, there was a weird fucking rumor that I was in some physical relationship with an actress that I had never even met. I was never even in the same place at the same time as her that I'm aware of. So, you know, nothing against her, but that was just simply not true. And I debunked that right quick. Plus, there's a huge, like, age gap. I'm almost twice her age, so clean it up, y'all. But it was just one of those stupid things where sometimes with rumors, I think people create a fucking rumor and they hope that it'll stick and start trending. And, you know, it circulated enough for people to just kind of be like, oh shit, is that a thing? And then I debunked it, and then it just went away. So I think that's the weirdest, when you find out that people are suggesting that you had some kind of relationship with someone you don't even know. You know what I mean? Nothing, like I said, nothing against her. I'm sure she's great, but again, massive age gap, and I'd never even met her. I've never even been in the same place at the same time as her. We might know the same people, but never actually formally met. So that would be quite impossible for that to be a real thing. So that would be a strange one, I think. Abby Little asks, what event made you consider becoming an actor? Some of you may remember I was on the Jimmy Star Show as a guest, and he was like, okay, so let me get this straight. Like, you're 6'5", 265 pounds of muscle. Why are you not the next Myers or Voorhees in a horror movie, or an actor in general? Because, dude, there's just something about you. You just have it. And so why are you not in movies? And I'm like, because nobody asked. And he was like, really? So you're saying you would be interested in doing movies? I'm like, fuck yeah, why not? So he's like, well, we're producers, so let's talk off air. And when I got off that live show, my social media had blown up. My inbox was full of directors and producers and filmmakers that were like, hey, heard you were interested in acting. And they were right, you have it. we'd like to work with you. So I was like, holy shit, let's do the damn thing. And I ended up working with Joe Castro for my first film, and that would be Terror Tunes 4, where I get straight up murdered, and that will be released very soon. And then I went on to do other projects, and it's just been a great time. So that would be the event. I have to give credit to Ron Russell and Jimmy Starr for kind of being the catalyst for my career going that direction. Alexis Friedman says, Dear Tattness, you are my celebrity crush. I can't believe you are probably going to answer my question on air. This is so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your question is, what is the cause of the beef between you and Chad from Nickelback? Oh my God. So, okay, let me just, long story short, this whole thing. He was a dick to friends of mine and beefing with a friend of mine. And so therefore, you fuck with my friends, you fuck with me. And your last part, P.S., I'm a Nickelback fan. Jesus. Well, like I said, he was a dick to friends of mine. He's beefing with a friend of mine, so I'm beefing with him. And P.S.
Shut up, Meg.
Alright, you beautiful bastards, let's get to some music and I'll come back to your questions. Let's take a pause for the cause and listen to some music and get back to what we do with the rest of your questions in a bit. Let's hit you off with some of this, bitches.
Yeah. Stunt 101. I teach you how to start, my wrist stay rocked till my TVs pop up in the Maybach Benz. I teach you how to start, nigga, you can't see me, my Bentley GT got smoke right in. I teach you how to start, my neck stay blingin', my rims they gleamin', I'm shining, man. I teach you how to start, I see you scheming, nigga, keep on dreaming, I hurt you, man. I teach you how to start. 7 Series BM, 6 Series Benz, 24 inches, Giovanni rims, all one wheel when I'm on one of them. All that boy out there acting a fool, that's him. They say I changed, man, I'm getting paper, I'm flashy. They like me better when I'm fucked up and ashy. My royalty checks the rebirth for Liberace. Stunt so hard, everybody gotta watch me. And I don't really care if it's platinum or white gold. Long as it's VS bling, they got that light show. In the hood they say 50, man, you sneaker look right, yo. Just can't believe Reebok did a deal with a psycho. Banks is a sure thing, y'all niggas might blow. You finna drop that, so I suggest you lay low. But he from Cashville, Tennessee, nigga. Getting them Tennessee, save Tiffany, nigga. I teach you how to start, my wrist stay rocked till my TVs pop up in the Maybach Benz. I teach you how to start, nigga, you can't see me, my Bentley GT got smoke right in. I teach you how to start, my neck stay blingin', my rims they gleamin', I'm shining, man. I teach you how to start, I see you scheming, nigga, keep on dreaming, I hurt you, man. I teach you how to start.
I'm a lot of tension now that I'm rapping, but the kids used to look up to you. What happened? Me on the contrary, hand covered with platinum. Different color coupes, but I'm in love with the black one. On point, cause you get RIPs when slacking. So the stash box big enough to squeeze the Mac. And yeah, I'm feeling new, but I demand some respect, cause I already wear your advance on my neck. I'm fresh off the jet, then I breeze to the beaches. Blue Yankee fitted, G-Unit sneakers. I already figured out what to do with all my features. Decorate the basement full of street sweepers. When it comes to stunting, there's nothing you can teach us. We're in a different time zone, your records don't reach us. Nah, I ain't here to save the world, just roll up a blunt. Come with me out front,
I teach you how to start, my wrist stay rocked till my TVs pop up in the Maybach Benz. I teach you how to start, nigga, you can't see me, my Bentley GT got smoke right in. I teach you how to start, my neck stay blingin', my rims they gleamin', I'm shining, man. I teach you how to start, I see you scheming, nigga, keep on dreaming, I hurt you, man. I teach you how to start.
Icy, you don't have to like me, in a throwback jersey with the throwback Nikes. I know you probably seen me with cash money from back in the days. The only thing changed is the numbers on the range. I bought me an old school and blew out the brain. To rock the mic tour, I threw off my chain. My spree well spinning, man, I'm doing my thing. And water now in trouble, now they true in the game. Come on now, we all know gold is getting old. The ice in my teeth keep the crystal cold. G-Unit, homie, acting like y'all don't know. Look, I can't even walk through the mall no more. I just pull up, get out, and get all the hoes. They never seen doors set up on a car before. Don't be mad at me, dog, cause all I know is how to show these fugazis how it's supposed to go.
I teach you how to start, my wrist stay rocked till my TVs pop up in the Maybach Benz. I teach you how to start, nigga, you can't see me, my Bentley GT got smoke right in. I teach you how to start, my neck stay blingin', my rims they gleamin', I'm shining, man. I teach you how to start, I see you scheming, nigga, keep on dreaming I hurt you, man. I should try to stunt.
Okay, y'all, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get to some more questions, and this is gonna be a two-parter because you guys are just fucking amazing, and there's so many questions. I want to get to everybody. I don't want anyone feeling left out. So let's get to some more questions, then music, and I will catch your asses after that, and we will do a part 2. So let's get to more questions. You guys are fucking amazing, and I could not be more grateful for all your well thought out questions, man. You guys put some fucking thought into this stuff. So, let's see. Layla Marshall asks a really good question, actually. This is fucking super dope. How do you navigate the intersection of your personal life and your public persona, and what boundaries do you set? That is an amazing fucking question, and it's something that I'm always constantly reevaluating and evolving. I try to be as open and as transparent with my fans as humanly possible, and I try to also be mindful and respectful of my family life and, you know, the people around me that will be naturally affected by just knowing me. And so boundaries, I don't put my kids out there much. Like, you guys know I have kids. I don't really go out of my way to say their names or give too much information about them. I don't want the public hounding my kids like they didn't choose this, I did. They should not be punished for, you know, my choice as a career based on their, you know, lack of privacy because of what I do. I just can't have that. So I think the boundaries really come more around the people around me and not so much myself. I chose this career. You guys give me your attention and, you know, your admiration and your time especially. So I owe a certain amount to you guys where I try to be as authentic with you as possible, as transparent as possible, and let you in a little bit. So it's always changing, man. But I try not to be too heavy on the boundaries, but where it's important, I'm really strict. So thank you for the amazing question. And we will go to Franklin Carpenter. What role does mindfulness and self-reflection play in your professional and personal life? Wow, that's another one that's pretty heavy. That's a great question as well. Honestly, I feel like self-reflection is very important. It's something I always try to sit back and do. And it's kind of important because you have to, in professionalism, you have to look back at some of the stuff you've done or maybe some of the things you've said and be like, was that really the move? Or could that be taken the wrong way? Or you look back at what you've done career-wise and be like, now what do I want to do? What's something I want to pursue further? Professional life, that's one thing. Personal life, self-reflection is amazing because I look back at who I was and, you know, it's just mind-blowing that I'm where I'm at today. So it's really a big, important role, honestly. It's probably the most important role I'll ever have besides being a parent. Miranda Carter asks, what attracted you to your wife? Everything. Honestly, everything. The first time I heard her voice, I just knew. Every time I hear her laugh, dude, it just fucking melts me. So, but everything, honestly, spending time with her, everything. That's my person, man. I thought I had found that in the past. I was wrong, but once you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So that would definitely be my answer. Just everything about her just gets me. So thank you for the question, though. That's awesome. Thank you for, you know, wanting to know so much more about her. It's really cool. Sandra Stevens, what's the craziest fan encounter you've ever had? Probably someone that was really pushy and kind of in my inbox and like, sir, respond and blah, blah, blah. And like just getting really demanding. Don't do that shit, man. Just don't. I mean, be cool. And I can't answer fucking DMs, man, because if I answer one, I gotta answer them all. And it just overwhelms my inbox. But if I'm, you know, in public or whatever, feel free to come and say hello, as long as I'm obviously not clearly involved in like family time, doing something important that I really wouldn't want interrupted, that you wouldn't want interrupted if it was you. Stuff like that. Just be mindful of that, but don't be demanding stuff like that. I don't dig that, man. So that person had to be blocked, and that's unfortunate. I hate to have to block fans, but you know, we're people too, man. We need some respect and privacy and boundaries again come into play, right? So that's basically, I think, maybe the craziest. People aren't inherently nuts, you know what I mean? I think sometimes people just get a little overzealous and don't really think about boundaries, and that's pretty much it. Thankfully, I haven't had anything too off the wall or too insane, so I think that would probably just be it for me. Alexis Friedman, what's the funniest thing that happened on set? Oh my god, I think just trying to break fellow actors. The thing is, sometimes you gotta repeat your lines over and over and over until they lose all meaning, and it gets old fast. So to keep things fresh, sometimes I just troll people. I will fuck with them on set and just say random shit they're not expecting to try to make them laugh, and it always works. So, you know, people think I'm pretty fucking hilarious apparently, so I mean, that's great. But it always gets them laughing, man, and that's the important thing. You want to maintain a good attitude on set and have a good time and just keep the fun in it. So I think that would be probably the funniest thing that happened, was breaking somebody that wasn't expecting it, and they laughed so hard that for the next 15 minutes, anytime we tried to do our lines, they just looked at me and they just start laughing because they're waiting for me to say something fucked up, and they would just not be able to handle their lines. We had to shoot a different scene because they couldn't handle fucking looking at me for a while. So that's definitely the funniest thing, I think. Aileen Alvarez asks, how do you balance the need to be perfect, or the pressure to be perfect, and the need to try new things and take risks? That's easy. No one's perfect. No one will ever be perfect, so I don't really sweat that shit. But no risk, no reward. If I didn't take chances, I would not be where I'm at today. So for me, it's a no-brainer. If I believe in something, I'm going to risk everything for it, and I'm just going to go all in and hope for the absolute best. And if it doesn't work out, then at least I know and I tried. So, but perfection is just never a thing. I'm sorry, but it's just not. So I don't sweat that stuff, man. August Oliver asks, how do you maintain authenticity and staying true to yourself in an industry that is often superficial and about image? That's a great question, my brother. Like I said, I try to be as transparent as humanly possible with you guys. I don't buy into the hype. I'm just a dude with a cool job. I don't view myself as anything special or any better than anyone else. I just get to really do cool things and live a weird life, man. That I have a blast with everything I do, but that's about it. I don't buy into the hype. I'm not about the superficial bullshit. That's why my ex and I never fucking worked out, because she was all about that superficial bullshit and image for social media. Not my thing, man. Not my thing. So fuck that. I will always be true to who I am, and if someone doesn't like it, fuck them. Ishmael Hamilton asks, how do you maintain connection to your roots and your community despite your high profile status? That's an amazing question, bro. Thank you so much. My whole thing is just never forget where you come from, because that's what made you who you are. Those values and everything that you have instilled in you come from your roots and your community and where you come from. So always stay true to that. Never forget who you are or where you come from, because home is always home. Those people will always embrace you no matter who you are, and they're the ones often proud of you when you break out of, say the ghetto like I came from and shit, and you go off to do some cool shit. They tend to support you and are proud of you. So never turn your back on them, because they are your family ultimately. So I think that's it, man. Just always stay true to who you are. In spite of your high profile status, you just cannot forget where you come from, and give them a shout out, man. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I always mention where I come from, so Shout out to Malton, Ontario, man. I love that place. That's still home to me. The hood is the hood, but it's always family. It's always home. So, I plan on going back there to visit at some point. Miriam Boyle says, love your work. Always have supported you from the start. Just curious, what do you hope your legacy will be? Not just in your industry, but in the world at large. That's an amazing question. And honestly, I just hope at the end of the day, in spite of, obviously I want people to look at my work and be like, yo, dude got to do some cool shit. But more importantly, I just want people to be like, yo, that dude was a good dude. Like, he helped people. He fucking touched lives and helped people that couldn't fucking do it, that struggled, that needed help, those people that needed a hand once in a while. He reached out and he helped those people that were less fortunate and changed our lives, changed their lives, whatever. That's to me the most important thing. And I hope that I've left that mark. We're gonna get to music now, and we'll do part 2 another time. The next show will be part 2. You guys have so many questions. I want to answer all of them. So let's keep this reasonable and cap this off right now, and hit you with some music, and I will catch your asses later for part 2. Thank you guys so much for all the great questions. There's so many more to come. I hope I've fucking somehow entertained you with the answers. I will catch you later.
Excuse me, oh pardon me, I'm still sticky on the inside. There comes a time when all I do is sit around in contemplation and curse my situation. I'm just too bored for normal news. Be careful of what you wish for. Impossible to just ignore. One last time is all I need to get my life in stocks in order. They're on the rise this quarter. Beware of certain friends who sell you out when everything is free. I know what I am to all of you. Makes all the prophets leery. Somebody showing them the ropes. We used to hang ourselves with, instead of quiet respite, we choose the noose in lieu of hope. Oh rose red, oh violet blue, I should have seen the clues, but this song is dumb and so am I. Character assassinations aren't really observations. Stay home and ask yourself, why am I so low when I'm so high? So high. Open up and know enough, I'm overused. Everyone I've ever loved is easily amused. Go out and tell the death it's
my God.
Microphone checker, swinging sword lecture, closing down the sector, supreme neck protector. Better want him, kid, Mr. Mepsa. Falling pop, about to blow his lid from the pressure. Too hot for TV, for cheesy. Too many wanna be hard, be easy. It's all in together, going all out together. It don't take much to please me. Still, homes are never satisfied like the Stones. We don't condone biting, see them selling crossbones. Protecting what I'm writing, don't clash with the Titan who blast with a license to kill rap recitants. Come on, in the zone with your nigga from the group home to Cal.
Fuck your lifestyle.
Put your lights out, get this shit to crackin', got you feeling with your pipes out. Time for some action. Surfing the avenue, mad at you. Where I used to battle cruise, back when Antoinette had that attitude. Cover me, I'm going in. Walls closing in. Got us busting off these pistols. My niggas got issues again. Same song, armed with the mega bomb. Blow you out the frame, then I'm gone.
Yo, I was going too, but we roam. Cellular phones, dot meth, back in the flesh, blood and bones, don't condone. Spin bank loans and homegrown. Suckers break like turbo and ozone. When I grab the broom, moonwalk, platoon hawk, my goons bark, leave you in the blue lagoon lost. True. B9's in the club with Masood, D9 in the glove, right behind on the boss. Haters don't touch, way is both up. Now my neighbor doped up, got the cable hooked up. All channels, lift my shirt, all mammal. You ship off keys and we ship grand piano. Sawed off shotgun, hand on the pump, sipping on the 40, smoking on the blood. Bust my gun, red and map, hit and jump. La 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 la. Red and meth didn't jump. La 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 la.
We've all seen the man at the liquor store begging for your change. His face is dirty, dreadlocked in for the main. He asked a man for what he could spare with shame in his eyes. Get a job, you fucking slobs, all he replied. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in his shoes. Then you really might know what it's like to sing the blues. And then you really might know what it's like. Pregnant from a kid named Tom, said he was in love. Said don't worry about a thing, baby doll, I'm the man you've been dreaming of. But 3 months later he said he won't date or return her call. And she swear goddamn if you find that man cutting off his balls. And then she heads for the clinic and she gets some static walking through the door. They call her a killer and they call her a sinner and they call her a whore. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in her shoes. 'Cause then you really might know what it's like to have to choose. Then you really might know what it's like. 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 I seen a rich man beg, I seen a good man sin, I seen a tough man cry. I seen a loser win and a sad man grin, I heard an honest man lie. I seen the good side of bad and the downside of up and everything between. I Pulled out his chrome 45, talked some shit and wound up dead. Now his wife and his kids are caught in the midst of all of his pain. You know, it crumbles that way, at least that's what they say when you play the game. God forbid you ever had to wake up to hear the news. Then you really might know what it's like to have to lose. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like to have to lose. Keep me locked up in your broken mind. I keep searching, never been able to find a light behind your dead eyes. Not anything at all. You keep living in your own light, ever deceitful and ever unfaithful. Keep me guessing, keep me terrified. Take everything from my world. I say, can you help me?
as if I'm not here. Can't you see that I've been crying? I didn't know you'd be insane. Dreams can be so deceiving. You're an itch I can't reach, a wound that won't heal, the smell of skin that's burning. I didn't know you'd be insane, but it's true. And just say all I am to you is a
pain in my neck, thorn in my side, stain on my blade, blood on my knife. Been dreaming of her all of my life, but she won't come true. She's just my nightmare I woke up to. She's twisted, he's a lover. She's sick, she's hard to handle. The worst of her is she just don't care. She's twisted like a rope that is wrapped around the throat. That's the worst part of all is she really don't give up. She don't give a shit.
Sometimes I wish that you would just die, 'cause I'm too afraid of leaving. I didn't know you'd be insane. Dreams can be so deceiving.
How did it come to this? Why do I fantasize to kill you when you're sleeping? I didn't know you feel the same when I say you're no good, all you are to me. It's a pain in my neck, thorn in my side, stain on my blade, blood on my knife. Been dreaming of her all of my life, but she won't come true. She's just my nightmare I woke up to. She's twisted, he's a lover. She's sick, she's hard to handle. The worst of her is she just don't care. She's twisted like a rope that is wrapped around the throat. That's the worst part of all is she really don't give up.
Love ain't no fairy tale. Love is a buried nail inside of this heart of stone. So you wanna get married? Well, Romeo, Romeo, smoking blower than Tonyo. In the back alley, taking shots of whiskey and only goes. Juliet's at the nudie bar, doing God only knows. Neither one of them came to see the dog and the pony show. But a bitch is a bitch, and a horse is a horse, ain't it? Sorry, I can't afford to get your daddy so Porsche painted. Sorry, Juliet, that you in bed ain't the same. If a dollar makes you holler, well then I'm getting the short change of it. Feel like I've been asleep and alone and loving this angel entangled between a dream and a coma, walking the edge of this cliff like a sheep to a zone, then woke up to this fucking bitch with an evil persona. Now if you say that you hate somebody and you living with them, then they pack up and leave, then you bitch about how you miss them. You gotta see the pattern of the blood all over the steering wheel. Love is a cannibal riding a carnival carousel. Round and round we roll, where it stops, baby, nobody knows. Some people go crazy and they lose control. Some people jump off, some people won't let go. Some people say love, some people say why. Some people don't love, they just want a free ride. The rain won't stop, it'll never dry. If she's in the house of pain, the love is standing outside. She's twisted, he's a lover. She's sick, she's hard to handle. The worst of her is she just don't care. She's twisted like a rope that is wrapped around the throat. That's the worst part of all is she really don't give up. She don't give a shit. Maybe I'm the twisted one that screwed this up. So I guess this means goodbye for now.
96, dysfunctional member of the alcoholic family. This exhibit, bring it live, one time, like this. Sometimes I wonder if it's all worth my while. Exhibit stay versatile with $1 million lifestyle. And I can feel it as a child growing up. The niggas that was real and the niggas that was scared as fuck. That's why Exhibit only roll with a chosen few. You ain't really real, I can tell when I look at you. So ease off the trigger talk, you ain't killing shit, it's not affecting me. Or the niggas that I'm chilling with, I don't believe the hype of my wolf tickets. Nigga, you make a gang of noise, you never seem like a cricket. I guess that's why we never kick it. A lot of niggas are soft and get tossed trying to fuck with the liquid. How many niggas do you know like this? Always claiming that they're riding, but they really turn bitch. It don't make sense. Either you a soldier from the start or an actor with a record deal trying to play the part like that. It's a shame. Niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large. It's a shame. Niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Paparazzi. It's a shame. Niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large. It's a shame. Niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. I don't need no lights, no cameras, just action, goddammit. Never no superstar, I'm more like a planet. So my composure is kept while others start to sweat. Emerging from the fog with my fucked up dialogue. Trying to live high on the hog leaves you bankrupt. And niggas you spent it on would not give a fuck, and that's deep. How deep? It's deeper than Atlantis. Home of the scandalous, big bad Los Angeles. Dangerous, vandalous, yo. Not to be trusted, so how the fuck is you hard up and you're scarred by the boulevard? Pulling that card and saying gin, motherfucker. Flowing like liquid, soak it in, motherfucker. I'm breaking it down, my sound surrounds like death. From the west, putting whole counties to the test. It's all in perspective, break a 1-9 copy. This is for the niggas getting caught up in the paparazzi. It's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large, it's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Paparazzi, it's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large, it's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Niggas smoke stress and cross-dress, but I just played it back. Others going through schemes and pipe dreams for a contract. Real tightly rolled, fuck them all how I feel. I made a cool $500,000 before I had a record deal. Therefore, you look and stare like it's magic. But too much of anything can make you an addict. When devils be starting static, forgot the automatic. I set it all straight, I spread hate, then I vacate. But wait, who dares to cross this path? Yo, I do you like Mav Cup with glass, make a bloodbath. So on behalf of all the niggas I get drunk with, smoking blunts with, I dispose of your punk shit. And keep it all in perspective. Carbon copies, getting caught up in the paparazzi. Once again, it's the liquidation crew. And we return for you like this. It's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large. It's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Paparazzi. It's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large. It's a shame, niggas in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Paparazzi, it's a shame.
Hello, this is Nerd Cage Live, and you're listening to Nerd Cage Live right here on Tattness Radio. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdcagelive.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello, welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture, including Summer Games Fest and Mortal Kombat 1. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, Certified Geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the Netherrealm Sky, blame Canada, of Syracuse, New York. Don't worry, we're okay. And once again, the man is back from On Paper. My co-host, Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing really good, man. Like I was saying backstage, I've had a very good day. And yeah, man, just ready to talk Mortal Kombat with you.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, I screwed up your full screen here. Let me just fix you real quick. And of course, you know him. He's our moderator and Trollhammer. Stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. It is Joe of Fall One Gaming. How you doing, man?
Doing great, Jay. And we have a very powerful panel of guests tonight.
Yes.
We have the legendary Tabmock99 and the best grin on Twitch, Mad Mike Jones.
Yes. How you gents doing?
Amazing.
Pretty good.
Right.
Fatality.
All right. So, yeah, lots to discuss here. Not a whole lot to discuss, but we have to discuss it knowing that we just saw Mortal Kombat footage today. But, Joe, before we go any further, who do we got in the chat?
In the chat tonight, we have I'm sure we have a ton of lurkers, but right now we have Shay Smithers.
All right, we appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much. I know this was a last-minute stream. Obviously, this was breaking news that happened today, and we got to talk about it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around the circle real quick, promote whatever we got to promote, and then we're going to give our general thoughts of what we saw today, and then we're off to the races, and we're just going to talk everything of that Mortal Kombat footage. So we'll start with Tabmonk99. First and foremost, thank you for rejoining us once again, as you were just here on Monday. But Tabmonk, the floor is yours. Anything you need to promote, the floor is yours, my friend. And where can people find you? And the links are in the description, everybody.
Thank you. All right, guys. This is Tabmock99. You can follow me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Same username all across the board, Tabmock99. As far as promoting, I did a recent video showing about the different dinosaurs that Mortal Kombat has had over the years, all the way from Striker's T-Rex animality to the Dino Riders and MK mythologies to the Kronika stage. Every dinosaur in Mortal Kombat history. I've also done a video analyzing the Mortal Kombat 1 cinematic trailer, went in depth on that and explained the story. And I also got a video talking about Scorpion's family over the years, his wife and child. In fact, 2 kids in one version of the MK lore. So a lot of interesting stuff going on there. I give all these different breakdowns of the Mortal Kombat lore, which you can find at youtube.com/Tabmock99. I also sell t-shirts. In fact, Jay St. G, our moderator and host of the evening of the Nerd Cage, is wearing one of the shirts that you can find on etsy.com/shop/Mortal Kombat merch. So Thank you very much for promoting that. I also do want to give a shout out here to MK Habit Addict, who gifted this shirt to me, the Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary t-shirt from WB Shop. So thank you to MK Habit Addict for that.
Yes, Habit Addict is the man. And Tam, be sure to send me the Etsy link so I can put it in the description after we're done.
Yes, absolutely. And I am going to put it in the chat right now.
Perfect. All right, and of course, Mad Mike Jones, man. Again, the most handsome grin on the internet. And, man, you play Mortal Kombat nonsense, but go ahead, promote whatever you want to promote, my friend.
All right. What's good, everybody? It's been a while since I've been on this Nerd Cage channel, but I go by Mad Mike or Mad Mike 54. You catch me on Twitch, and I stream variety stuff as Mad Mike 54. Twitch.tv/Mad Mike 54, and also I posted some Mortal Kombat video game playthroughs on my YouTube channel, which is the same as my Twitch channel, is Mad Mike 54. I just posted up a video on one of my last video game playthroughs, which is called Mortal Kombat Project Revelations. I did a Scarlet playthrough. You should go ahead and check it out. And there will be other playthroughs that I've done before, so there will be more soon. And
you did on Nero.
Yeah. So possibly there'll be Street Fighter 6 content on a YouTube channel, maybe, who knows. But yeah, you can catch me on Twitch probably 3 times a week, 3 days a week and stuff. Is random. I don't have a stream schedule, but I'll be on there. I'll be on there consistently. So currently, Street Fighter 6 is just really fun. That's just gonna help it. So that's pretty much at the moment right now. So yeah, please go ahead and follow and subscribe to your boy from all platforms. And I am on Twitter also, which is at MikeJones_mad. And also
you're a Twitter goat. You're a Twitter goat.
Also on Instagram at MikeJones_mad. I know you didn't put the link on it, Jay, but that's okay. But yeah, so give your boy a follow. I appreciate it and stuff. There will be more content soon on my Twitch and my YouTube channel. So please.
All
stay
right,
tuned.
I'll definitely add those in there afterwards. All right, Josh, on paper, it's been a minute, man. It's great to have you back. What's going on your channel? Anything you want to promote, my friend?
Nah, man, I haven't posted anything, done anything. I've been too busy just to love your stuff. But here I am, man, just coming to chill with the boys and talk some Mortal Kombat, in gaming.
And I know you probably have thoughts too. So definitely looking forward to what you got to say.
One thing I will say is, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was
gonna say, I don't know if it's just me and Mad Mike that are Street Fighter 6 players, so we have that ability to make that comparison. Maybe we could do that later too, but I don't know if anybody else in the panel has played it. So there's.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's just fun. It's kind of pretty much this Street Fighter is just pretty much just kind of like learning at your slow pace. It's kind of pretty much just like, don't rush yourself. If you're trying to get better, don't rush yourself. Because it's just fresh.
Yes. And Joe, go ahead, promote what we got going on the channel and what we got going on Twitch. So, Joe, I know this is the Mortal Kombat discussion. Let's talk about our special guest that was here over a week and a half ago.
All right, so if you haven't checked it out already, check out our live stream with the one and the greatest Shao Kahn, Brian Glynn. That was an amazing stream, abs and all.
Yes, and be sure to go to shaonow.com if you want an autograph from Brian Glenn. I got mine, one of mine today. And Joe, we actually did a food review.
We did a food review of the Spider-Verse Whopper and Sundae from Burger King.
Yes, and speaking of Spider-Verse, Monday we just did
our epic spoiler discussion of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
And Tattness was there too, so please check that out. Please see the movie, then watch the stream, because we really, really, really get into all the Easter eggs and all the cameos and all that. So, yeah, check out Across the Spider-Verse, then watch the spoiler stream. That was a hell of an awesome discussion. Podcast version coming soon, but you can still watch the YouTube version. That streamed on Monday is still there. I don't take any of the streams down. And then, Joe, we're not going live tomorrow on Twitch because you got to work, but Saturday.
Yes, Saturday, starting at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will be going back for possibly the finale stream of Super Mario RPG.
Absolutely. And of course, Tuesday we go back to Metroid Prime.
Yes, Metroid Prime Remastered.
Yeah, twitch.tv/NerdCageLive for both of those streams. And finally, a week from Monday. Go ahead, Joe.
What are we doing a week from
Flash,
Monday? I forget.
Flash.
How can I forget Flash? I don't know why I forgot Flash. Dude, best spoiler discussion of the year, most likely.
Yes, that's going to be hype. Panel to be announced. Me and Joe are seeing Flash on Thursday in IMAX release, the official release of it. So look forward to that. And guys, real quick, if you haven't already, get yourself a Nerd Cage Live t-shirt. For you Spider-Man fans, we got this. But more importantly, for you Mortal Kombat fans, we got the Nerd Cage Live arcade marquee. Shout out to Havoc Attic. He got one of these. And if old school Mortal Kombat got Mortal Kombat 1 Fatality, Mortal Kombat 2 Fatality, Mortal Kombat 3 Fatality. And our top selling shirt is this one here, the original shirt with the Strength of Geek Knowledge on the back. And of course, with Zelda being a hot commodity right now, we even got some Zelda-inspired shirts. Go to our TeePublic, link in the description. And, Joe, go ahead and plug social media real quick, and we'll get started.
All right. If you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are @nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is Nerd Cage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
You bet your sweet ass. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around in a circle real quick, give our general thoughts of the trailer. Just general thoughts, real quick, starting with Tab Monk, and then we're off to the races, guys. We're just going to talk. All right, and as you can see on the screen right now, there's the trailer right there for you guys. So, Tab Monk, this was the first official game footage that we got earlier today. What did you think?
Dude, I gotta say, I am so happy with everything that they showed us in this trailer. They showed an old school character from MK1, Johnny Cage. They showed a 3D era character, Kenshi. They set up a conflict. Both of them want to fight over who's gonna get to keep Sento, the sword, the famous ancestral sword of Kenshi.
Yes.
I also see a lot of setups that you can tell that this is a prequel game. They're gonna introduce us to how things happen. They're going to set up how Kung Lao began to fight with his famous bladed hat. They're going to show us, apparently, how Kenshi goes blind. So you can kind of see the seeds that they're planting in this game. This is going to be really exciting. I'm very hyped about the story mode. I got the impression that a lot of the scenes that they were setting up were from story mode. Another thing that I want to talk about, I think I said this before in front of you guys. I had a feeling from the first trailer that Melina was going to be the princess this time around, and Katana was going to be the one jealous of her. That seems to be the direction that they're going here. Melina is the one in power. Katana is like the number 2 princess, not, second in command. Melina's the one in charge, and apparently they're under the impression that she has some sort of a disease. They don't seem to know about her true origin. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see the way they play it this time around.
Absolutely. Mad Mike! What did you think of the footage that bestowed in front of us today?
Okay, so my first impression on the trailer that the story elements that what they set it up on is where with how with Fire God Liu Kang trying to gather all the champions, all the warriors and stuff. It's kind of like how Raiden does, but apparently Liu Kang and Raiden, they're switching roles. But I'm kind of surprised that Raiden still have his electrical powers after, the whole thing happened from MK11 Aftermath story. But one thing that kind of like what threw me off was the scene where Johnny and Kenshi. So Kenshi, I was really ready to flip when they show him in a Yakuza suit and stuff, but it was the facial part, because we thought that was Cole Young. We thought that was Cole Young in that trailer, but it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't, but it was Kenshi. He looked really fly on the Yakuza suit, and the way how the confrontation over between Johnny Cage and Kenshi fighting over the sword Sento, and I'm not gonna lie, the cameos that how they implemented with the combo stuff. I said this on social media earlier that the combo potential of with the cameo fighters, you see air combos. We haven't seen that since Armageddon, and cameos are being a good setup to build for your combos and to then deal with big damage. The fatalities part, good presentation. I like how they flesh out having the cameo fighters do the fatality instead of just a playable fighter.
Yeah.
And my guess is that the playable character would get 1 fatality and the cameo fighter would get 1. So I don't know how is that gonna be played out.
Yeah, we definitely got to find out about that one. Josh, I know you literally just saw the footage. What did you think?
Yeah, I'm still looking. First off, I want to say, just from a general fighting gamer like myself, you know what I mean? I play all the fighting games. I want to say how clean it looks graphically. I'm excited to see, it looks super, super clean. And like I said before, I'm going to make those comparisons to Street Fighter 6, which I've just been playing. It looks better graphically. It looks just more detailed. Each, you can see everything, the forefront here, the backgrounds, the way the characters look. The one thing I'm going to say, you were saying cameo fighters, is that the tag-in?
Yeah, so it's like Marvel vs. Capcom. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
Yeah, it's kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom 1's assist.
Yeah, I see that. They just assist. They don't actually
they don't really actually comes in and fight. They just comes in and just start all right. Yeah. Let me go back.
And if
I play a lot of tag
hold
fighters
the button
too.
down while you press the assist button, they'll do something different. So if you hold up, they do it one way. If you hold down, they do it another way.
Yeah, pretty much.
But do they don't have, like Marvel vs. Capcom, do they have types? Like, oh, this is Liu Kang's, healing type. Maybe he'll heal you or so, or
something like that, but I don't know if you play Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Oh yeah, that's why I just played it right before the stream. I was playing.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did?
That's so cool. Yeah, literally.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah, I was messing with it.
Yeah. I think I have a feeling that's kind of something like that with the assists. It's like up one button, forward one button, down one button, or back one button, something like that.
Also, they could do fatalities or no?
Yeah, they could do fatalities.
So it is kind of same thing like with cross tag battle where it's like they help you do the special. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
looking at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I'm good.
Well, looking at it from a lore perspective, I tweeted this out earlier, but I'll say it again here. I really get the impression that these cameos are from another timeline. Like they're coming from the old school MK timeline just to appear here.
Yeah.
So it's the version of Sonya and Kano and all the
Striker.
out. Like look at his outfit. Yeah, Striker.
Yeah.
All these cameo characters are basically pulled from the other timeline as far as I can infer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's the impression I got.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Johnny Cage might be like one of those cameo fighters, if you think about it, like the MK1 Johnny.
Well, he's gonna be, I think, a mainline Johnny Cage, like the playable Johnny Cage. You can pick the Jean-Claude Van Damme skin, and they're bringing him in as the voice actor, so they're gonna have him do all of Johnny Cage's lines as well as the main Johnny Cage skin.
The same way that they did with the MK95 movie.
Yeah, the movie skins.
11. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm glad you didn't mention like Dimitri Vargas as Sub-Zero, because that's not something that we would want to revisit.
No. Oh, hell no.
All right, Joe. General thoughts, man.
All right. Well, I like the direction they're going in with the story. As far as graphics and everything, they kind of pull the camera back from what I can see, and they're not like super focused the way they used to be, and like MK11 and everything. And the graphics have kind of been, it's really crisp, but I think they downgraded the resolution just a tad for two reasons. One, because it's going to come out on the Switch, and the Switch can only handle so much graphically. Secondly, I believe that they did that just to improve frame rate, because with more resolution, it downgrades the frame rate. So I think they did that just to improve frame rate a little bit, but it still looks crisp as hell, and I think it's going to be great. As for the cameo fighters, I can't wait. One wish that I have for them is I'm hoping that cameo fighters will be able to do like not just their own fatalities, but maybe like a mixed fatality between the two characters. That would be kind of cool, like see powers both characters.
Like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle?
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much.
Or Tatsunoko.
So I'm excited. I mean, I do have some nitpicks here and there, but I'm really excited for it.
All right, so I'm just a little underwhelmed because I don't have the same excitement I did for this after seeing it like I did for MK9, MKX, MK11. Felt a little underwhelmed. That's not saying I'm disappointed. I just feel like I was underwhelmed because maybe I overhyped myself. Who knows? Here's how I generally feel. I'll get to my nitpicks later. I just feel that usually every time we get a Mortal Kombat reveal, they bring something like super new to the table. This is not something, it may be new to Mortal Kombat, but it's not new in general. That's saying the cameo thing. That's a mechanic that MVC1 kind of invented, and now Mortal Kombat's doing. I just feel like it's not really anything new, whereas like Mortal Kombat Deception brought us Harakiris. Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance brought us the style variations, the switch fighting styles, and of course MKX and MK11 brought us the variation system. This one, I just feel like they didn't bring anything like brand new that got me super excited. But I'm definitely curious to see, because we got more little story hints. Very curious to see where we go from there. Again, hopefully we'll get more and more. We got 3 months till the game comes out. Hopefully we'll get more and more. But I'm not going to lie to you. Little underwhelmed, but maybe, like I said, I'm still kind of processing everything. That being said, guys, I mean, so much happened here, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. Raiden is my all-time favorite character. Always has been, always will be. Amen. To the Elder Gods. I'm personally a little bit disappointed with Raiden's appearance. I'm not too happy. I'm not happy with the way Raiden looks and how he's presented. Not gonna lie.
I agree with you. I agree with you because like Raiden, it still bothers me. Just like Raiden is like how like for all the powers he sacrificed, he still gets lightning, which is just like okay, how is this gonna work? How do you get his lightning powers?
Yeah. I was thinking that myself. I was like,
well, remember, I don't think he lost his powers. He lost his immortality.
Yeah.
Well,
he just doesn't have
I do
godhood.
feel like- Yeah, no, but I get
his-
what you're saying. You can't actually bring Raiden back and put him in the game, but not give him his lightning attack or his Superman torpedo, like his flying
Those are
thunder
iconic,
dive.
man.
Yes,
Yeah.
these are iconic moves.
You can't. They don't have that. Wow.
No, they do have it, and
They do.
They have to. You couldn't possibly put Raiden in the game without them. So that means that they do have to say he's still got his lightning powers, or maybe he was without them for a while, and Liu Kang said, "You know what? I'm going to siphon off a little bit of my power. This was originally your power. I'm going to give some of it back to you, so you can at least fight the way you should."
Hopefully, they have some explanation. Because remember,
Yeah,
Liu
I
Kang.
hope so.
Remember, Liu Kang could still shoot fireballs as a mortal, and then when Raiden gave him the godhood, he was just enhanced. So maybe with Raiden is that he still has his lightning powers, he doesn't have his godhood.
And Jay, when you were speaking earlier, you mentioned that the variation system introduced in MKX and continued in MK11.
Yeah.
I'm glad that seems to be gone. I
Thank
saw no hint
God!
of
No, yeah, variation system. Like I'm glad is like that variation system that's gone. I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad they like kind of doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whole
I
new
was not
engine.
a fan of that, and it's not in this game. Thank God, or should I say, thank Raiden.
Thank the Elder Gods. Thank the Elder Gods.
And speaking of Raiden, I think I'm interested to see if he trains his way back up to godhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be a cool.
Especially if they give us like a montage.
Yeah.
So that,
Kind of like it's like Tab Monk said earlier. It's like kind of like a role reversal where like, basically Raiden and Liu Kang have switched roles. One's a god and one is like an up and coming fighter. Even though the Great Kung Lao is the chosen one, maybe this version of Raiden is like maybe the Great Kung Lao is like Liu Kang, and this version of Raiden is like Kung Lao, like the new Liu Kang and Kung Lao is Raiden and the Great Kung Lao are like the new like Shaolin monk pairs,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've seen these kinds of role reversals before. Like when MK9 first came out, they reversed the roles of Sub-Zero and Smoke. One of them gets captured by the Lin Kuei while the other one escapes.
Yep.
I'm still watching this gameplay, man. Is that like a beat system, Mike? It looks like there was like 10 beat combo there, like hit, cameo, hit. Like that's like
what you saw.
That's what I love. That's my shit, man.
Yeah.
That's that Guilty Gear shit. Like that's what I love. So yeah, it seems like at least the moves are flowing like that.
Like I said,
it's flowing really
fast.
well. It's flowing really well. That's why I kind of like it got my attention with how the combos like plays out.
Right.
Well, as soon as I saw air combos, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm invested in this, and the cameos too.
Yeah, and the air combos look better than the ones in Armageddon.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I feel like it was a glow up.
I never really played Armageddon. I'll just be honest with you. I played it like a little bit, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Armageddon was kind of a disappointment, but
it was just copy and paste.
That was kind of mid. That was mid, and then I thought that the DC one was bleh.
Well, here's the thing. Armageddon was kind of rushed, but I really love the Conquest mode here, or the Conquest mode in Armageddon.
You're not wrong.
Jay, we got a superstar in chat.
Yes, I see you, Big Jack. Big Jack's at 9 o'clock is premiering the finale to his Ready Player One, which me and Joe have cameos in. We're very much looking forward to it.
Hey, nice.
Yes.
Hey.
So please sub up Big Jack Films if you haven't already. Big Jack is one of the hardest working YouTubers I know. He hustles, does everything. He does all his own filming, all his own editing, all his own. He does everything. He's a jack of many trades, Big Jack. So sub him up. I don't know if I'm gonna be at the premiere, Jack, but I'll definitely be watching it for sure. Okay, now I gotta say something too. I also we have a little Mortal Kombat private chat. Me, Mike, and Joe Tabmonk. We're kind of talking about kind of little bit of Injustice vibes here too.
Yeah. There's one thing that's kind of bothered me about this. Like, if y'all saw like the character select screen, like, and when you pick their character in Cameo Fighters, and it showed like two characters clashing each other, like really close up, like Injustice 2 type.
Yeah.
And it just feel like you're putting a little bit more injustice into that Mortal Kombat game, which is kind of like it just bothers me for some odd reason.
One thing I noticed too, though, speaking of Injustice, I noticed that this doesn't have, I don't know if you call them hazards or what you would call them when you press,
interactables.
Interactables. Yeah. I noticed that it doesn't have that, and that was actually one of my favorite things about Mortal Kombat 11. Just like the interactive map and all that. You know, the fact that it could just be there randomly when you're not thinking about it. Like, I like extra elements to gameplay like that. So
we didn't see that.
Yeah.
You know what I
we didn't? No, but we saw super moves. We saw super moves.
did.
Yeah. So I guess they're sacrificing that system for the cameo system. So
Also, oh, go ahead, Joe.
Oh. Okay. What I really want to see them bring back is stage transitions, because we haven't seen those in a while.
In Mortal Kombat? Yeah.
Only Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Tekken you get them. You know, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get the sense from Johnny Cage's apartment that it looks like there's a second level up there, so it would be a...
Oh, that's what that background was. I was trying to figure that out. Okay.
Yeah, that's Johnny
Sorry,
Cage.
did I say his apartment? I meant to say his freaking mansion.
Yeah.
I can't wait to use that as a green screen background at some point. I honestly,
Also,
that looks so cool.
I know some of you guys were complaining in our private Mortal Kombat group, but I have to, I'm going to say the opposite. I love the fact that this is colorful. Because I felt that.
Who would complain? Who would complain
No, someone in our private chat. But anyway, here's the thing. I loved how Mortal Kombat 9, the colors really stood out. Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, that was not the case. They were like less saturated. It was darker. Yeah. I love the fact that the colors are popping out again in this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But again, this is where we. Oh no, go ahead, you, Mike.
Yeah, no, okay. But what I know is like the stages in Mortal Kombat 1, they brought back some of the for example the Living Forest. When you probably see like the trees with the faces, they brought that back in a new coat of paint, new fashion. Yeah. And also there was the Wuxi Academy. Also.
The Wuxi Academy looks great. I love that background.
All the stages, top notch.
It is so beautiful.
Yeah. No, I'm glad they really emphasize on the colors. I get it. It's I mean, we're still gonna get the blood and gore, but it's just nice. It's visually pleasing. What can I say?
It's just peaceful.
Literally, what I just played was Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Street Fighter 6, and it's like the colors, to me it's like not even like super bright in color. It's so bright it's like just colorful enough to where it's like, oh, that's normal. It's not like, you know, paint splashing around and all that, which I like that too. I like the Street Fighter 6 stuff, but this is like level, and it looks great, and it looks like there's ray tracing as well, possibly too.
The bright colors make it a lot more inviting, and I really think it enhances just the overall look of the game. But I wasn't a fan of the muted colors like they introduced in X.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
It was less saturated.
Yeah, they improved a little bit in 11. Yeah, they improved it in 11, but it was nowhere as quite as like visually popping like Mortal Kombat 9 was. But this is definitely visually popping. I have to say, Okay, again, I'm still disappointed with the way Raiden looks, but my God, Katana's never looks better. My God, I love Katana.
Oh, Katana looks so beautiful.
She looks amazing. Definitely looks like the
Gorgeous.
Indian princess.
Is,
Again, I'm not gonna like. I don't want shit on her previous design, her previous two designs, I should say. It's just I felt like, I don't know. I just didn't really care for that weird bodysuit she had in the last game. And I'm sorry, I hate her Revenant version personally.
Well, yeah.
She looks so great.
It
And
makes
back to what
sense.
Tamuk was saying, my theory is I feel like maybe this time Melina's not a clone. They're actually legitimately twins, and she's got a disease.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays
Cotton
out.
disease.
Yeah,
Maybe.
cotton disease.
Look, they could just think she has a disease. That may not be what's actually going on. But
And
this is
that
one of
Adanian, and look at this Adanian background, dude. It's, oh my God, it's so cool.
It's so like, why does every stage looks so like
vivid?
Like it's just vivid. It's like everything is just so like natural. Like
okay, I will say I know you mentioned the living forest. The only thing that's weird for me about the living forest is I think this is the first time ever that we're seeing the living forest in daylight. Every time we've seen the
daylight.
It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm not saying I dislike it. It's just I'm so used to seeing the dark, swampy, gloomy. But maybe there's two versions. Maybe there's the night. Maybe there's the day. Kind of like what remember in MK9 with the pit, and the courtyard. There was the night version and the day version. Hopefully they have that too. Because I'd rather see the living forest than the dark.
I hope in this new one that I hope they will have some dark atmospheric stages and stuff instead of just all bright sky, peaceful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this.
Canadian.
I will say this. I got the impression that this is Lou's new universe. He wants a more peaceful place for everybody to live in, and I thought the living forest was a reflection of that. I thought that he wants, all those iconic stages that used to be dark and scary and would the trees would come to life and kill you. I think he's trying to go for a different way with it,
Also, another thing too that no one's talking about. For all we know, with Liu Kang's new world, there is no Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn never took over Outworld.
He never exists, right?
Or either A, he doesn't exist, or B, he never overthrew Onaga, or who knows? But maybe that's probably why we're seeing bright colors in Outworlds, because maybe Shao Kahn has, maybe either he doesn't exist or he never overthrew Outworld. And for all we know, this version of Shang Tsung could still be the same version from 11 that was hiding in the void. Just to fuck with Liu Kang,
My idea is more cynical. I'm just going to make this the DC WB comparison. I know it's basically the same company or whatever. DC movies were saturated, like the Batman v Superman's, Zack Snyder verse, and you see that they're leaning in the movies, away from that with the Flash movie and with Shazam and all that stuff. They're trying to get away. So I feel like maybe that the era is the same thing with WB games where they're trying to, make Mortal Kombat the same way, where it's not that muted Zack Snyder tone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good idea to get away from it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I want to give a one kind of nitpick and an excitement.
Go for it.
My nitpick is Johnny Cage. When I first saw his face in this, I don't know why, but it reminded me of Gary Sinise.
Yeah, let me see this now.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I do agree. The face model is a little strange for my taste.
Weird.
It's almost weird.
Yeah, and when I said before this started that some of the facials from everybody is different, but Jax and Kano are the only ones that they haven't changed.
Jax looks amazing. I know Jax kind of looks different ever since they transitioned to 3D back with MK4. Jax looks like a different person every single game. But this version that they've got now, I mean, he looks exactly like he did in MK2 and MK3, but just upscaled.
Which is my favorite version. The John Parrish Jax will always be my favorite version of Jax.
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and shout out to Michael Jai White. I think Michael Jai White, as far as live action goes, was the best Jax. But my favorite
shout
Jax
out to Mad
personally,
Mike.
yeah.
Shout out to Mad Mike, because Mike, you look like Jax in the new game now. If you just grew a mustache.
Oh,
I was just watching the American Gladiators documentary. It's pretty cool. But that
Oh,
guy-
I want to see. Is it good? Is it good?
It's pretty good, but the guy who played
that just
Jax
came out?
Mataro, he's looking pretty cool, man. He's got the little gray or whatever, but he played Jax, the guy from American Gladiators.
He was great in that movie, by the way, as comic relief.
I don't know about that, but he was there. He was in it,
He was in it.
And Jay, I know you can appreciate that Jax is probably now going to be badass again rather than the weak character.
I hated. Okay, so for me, after Mortal Kombat 4, Jax was never the same. I did not like Jax's in the 3D era how he had the gold chains and the the machine. I hated that. I hated it. And then in the NetherRealm era, to add insult to injury, Jax gets rescued by Sonya, and then like a bitch, he loses his arms to Ermac, and then in Mortal Kombat X, obviously he's a Revenant, but he gets out of his Revenant form just to retire as a fucking farmer, and then I hated the whole PTSD thing in Mortal Kombat 11. They made him a wuss. I'm sorry. I want the true all-American Army veteran Jax back. Special Forces Jax from MK2 and 3, the John Paris Jax. That's my favorite version of Jax. Please give us the all-American hero Jax. Please, and thank you.
I think Kano looks fucking weird as hell in this too. Though, like, what's up with the bald? He doesn't. I don't know what they did.
Well,
with
they did that in MK and MK11. He had the Richard DeVizio style bald head.
He had that.
He did?
Yeah, he had that.
I probably
did that in
didn't play
MK11, and he was like that in MK3. So there's precedent there.
Yeah.
I was too busy playing with like Terminator and like RoboCop, and that's I didn't even notice Kano. I guess maybe.
And the excitement that I had is they're bringing X-rays back, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, I never wanted that to go. It's just the variation system always pissed me off.
Yeah, that has to.
Oh yeah, they brought back breakers. They brought back breakers also.
Oh, good call. Yeah, like I said, Mortal Kombat 9, when it comes to the NetherRealm era, Mortal Kombat 9 is still my favorite. I mean, my all-time favorite will always be MK2, but MK9 is my favorite of the NetherRealm era. So I'm glad like a lot of those mechanics are back. X-ray, breaker. I guess it looks like we saw the Injustice clash with Katana and Melina, which is cool, I guess. I'm sure some purists or people who don't like Injustice might complain. I actually like that. Also the thing I always liked about Injustice 2, and I'm sorry to go off topic, but when they did the clash, I always loved there was always that dialogue, so especially shout out to rest in peace Kevin Conroy, but I used to love hearing Kevin Conroy talk his shit when he did his clash. So I'm really looking forward to hearing not only like pre-fight dialogue but clash dialogue. So that should be fucking awesome.
I definitely heard that when they were showing a little bit of the gameplay and stuff after the character selection and then the clash, and they were had pre-fight dialogue, and then the stage, in the background, the stage actually changes. And it goes straight to the fight.
Yeah, it's actually really cool the way they are loading the data in the background, but it doesn't feel like a loading screen because they actually have all this stuff happening, and it's like something fun and engaging for the player. They really did a really good job with that.
And Jay, I know you can appreciate this.
Yeah.
I know that we have more reveals coming, obviously, and it's too early to tell, but it seems so far no guest characters.
Well, yeah, but like I said, the Amazon leak kind of spilled the beans already. And again, there's been other leaks, but the Amazon leak's really the one that's and it kind of makes sense because you got The Boys season 4 is coming out soon, plus you have the Generation V coming out this summer, or is it the fall? But anyway, The Boys, and of course you got the Carl Urban connection. Peacemaker is a WB property. Hopefully they use John Cena's voice and likeness. and
The
Omni,
facial
and
and
Omni,
everything.
and Omni Man, and you got what season 2 of Invincible's coming out? What this
And
year?
Ed Boon has tweeted.
I'm not against guest characters.
Ed Boon has tweeted that he's a fan of Invincible like years ago. So
Yeah.
you know, if the Amazon leak is true, then you know we kind of already do know who the guests are. But historically, they wouldn't reveal the guests right up front. They would wait a little bit.
No, but
Yeah, all I know is that like to the day, like if Peacemaker gets announced and stuff, I just want to see a picture of Ed Boon and John Cena just standing next to each other. Have John Cena as wearing the Peacemaker outfit, standing next to Ed Boon.
Oh, that'd be
After
so
they
great.
reveal him.
Do you remember when he met Spawn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remember that press conference where like the voice actor for Spawn? I can't remember.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
name,
Keith
sorry.
David. Keith David.
Yeah.
Keith David. Thank you. Keith David and Ed Boon on stage together. It was iconic.
Yeah, not to mention like I want to see John Cena's voice and likeness. And listen, I want to see J.K. Simmons' voice and likeness for Omni-Man, and of course Anthony Starr, voice and
Homelander.
likeness as Homelander. Like, please, please, please. They did such a great job in MK11, minus the Arnold impersonator. But they actually got Stallone. They got Keith David. They actually got Peter Weller. Like, they did great. Hopefully they keep that trend and bring in the actual actors and likeness. And of course we got Jean-Claude Van Damme, his for Johnny Cage coming too. So, really like the
Aside
fact
from
that
guest characters, I was gonna say, well, I know that they're probably dead or whatever, but what do you think they're gonna bring back? All these other ones, Devorah, Aaron Black, who are some of the other weird ones that they brought in?
Ferrator or something like that.
Ferrator and some of these other ones.
I don't think so. But Josh,
Collector?
I do have a list of a potential league I can show you later. I'm not gonna talk about it here, but because it's.
Oh, okay.
But we're not going to talk leaks because I don't want to express false information. But I will say this though, the one that I have my hands on, the more and more that's getting revealed, it's more and more likely to be true. I'll leave it at that. But and I'm like I said, all the characters that we've seen today were already previously announced. With the exception of Kenshi, I think Kenshi's really the only one that.
Kenshi was like one of the characters that was like, oh, it threw everybody, y'all, but we was glad that he's back.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad, Joe, I can do this.
Yeah.
We're happy to see Stryker. I know it's just a cameo, but I've always had a soft spot for Stryker. There's something about that dad bod and that goofy face. And Joe said it best when we did our official MK ranking video. Go check that out if you haven't already. It's one of our old school Nerd Cage videos. Joe, what makes Stryker so special to you?
Stryker is special to me because he's the everyday guy that makes you feel like you could do this.
So I'm kind of glad that Stryker's got that pudgy MK3 look. I'm not trying to insult Michael O'Brien, but I'm glad they have that look.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing Stryker, which just showed it. I'm not gonna lie, seeing Stryker in his MK3 fit really just made me laugh. But at the same time, I was damn proud.
Yeah.
That's our guy.
I feel like I feel like it's kind of generic when they make. Sorry, Joe, but when I think of Stryker, I think of X-Men all the time. That's why I think I've always got them confused. But yeah,
and that's like what I said. It's like, damn it, like so much for John Cena to voice a Stryker, but
it really does feel to me like he came straight from another timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of like this that the cameos. Okay, I'll say this. Again, I wasn't blown away by the mechanic because we've seen it before in MVC1 back in 1999, I think that game came out.
Yep.
But the fact that these characters are retaining their old school looks from the 90s, it brings a smile to my face.
It's a nod. It's definitely a nod. I kind of love it.
Yeah, even the MK1 Raiden, if you blink if you miss it, but you do see the MK1 Raiden That's the Raiden I prefer. I don't really like this MK1 Raiden. When I say MK1, I'm talking about 1992 MK1 Raiden. Sorry, that's confused. Yeah, with the white. Yep. I'm just really not happy with this Mortal Kombat 1 Raiden. I'm really bothered by it. I'm sorry.
This normal Raiden. This is like with human eyes.
That's not what bothers me. Like I thought at the end of Mortal Kombat 11, when you saw Raiden, just Raiden, the mirror Raiden, I thought he still looked pretty cool. But here, I don't know. It just doesn't strike me as like the same warrior god. I know he's not a god anymore, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they did my boy Raiden dirty. He's my all-time favorite character. He is my
Raiden be older.
My all-time favorite character of all time. And the reason why Raiden's my favorite character is I'll never forget seeing when I saw Mortal Kombat for the first time back in 1992, 1993. I was 5 years old. When you see that character selection, the MK1 character selection, the one that pops out the most is Raiden, with the lightning in the back and the glowing eyes and that really cool rice hat. I fell in love with Raiden from day one. Raiden's been my all-time favorite character from the beginning. And to see him like this, it's a gut punch to me. It really is. Maybe he plays great.
Raiden gave up everything in order to stop Kronika once and for all. And this is what he's become now.
This is what he end up.
Yes, I know.
Do a great job.
It's just pretty much like, to me, the way how I see Raiden now is just kind of like, I don't know if you saw SpongeBob SquarePants. There was a episode where SpongeBob becomes normal, trying to learn how to be normal, and he just like feels like he talks different, and he's not square. He's like all around and shit.
Okay.
And it's just like, hi, how you doing? And he just talks normal.
I've never watched SpongeBob in my life. I don't know.
That's how I looked at it. It's
always avoided it.
Probably a good call.
Yeah, I think so.
I was never a fan. I know what I know what's I know of some. I never really cared for it either.
I know what it is.
Fun fact: the voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kenny, is from Syracuse. He went to school with my uncle.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's right. My dad went to school with Bobcat Goldthwait, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to ESM, East Syracuse Manoa High School. Yep. That's where me and Joe's my dad and Joe's dad graduated from, and that's where Tom Kenny graduated from.
So there's a lot of good celebrity blood over there.
Yeah, we got some celebrity blood here in Syracuse. Tom Kenny, Tom Cruise, Joey Belladonna, the goddamn Baldwin brothers. Yeah.
We don't mention them.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, fuck those guys.
Oh no. Oh man.
Quincy Brown gave a good comment how Sub-Zero and Scorpion are officially brothers. Ed Boon did confirm that during the show.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
You know where they got that from, right? I bet you that inspired them to do that. If you ever seen the 2019 Joker movie, spoiler alert, Bruce Wayne and Arthur Fleck are brothers, or at least they might be. So yeah, that's like the one time Joker and Batman are brothers. So I'm wondering if that was part of the inspiration, was that instead of like Batman and Joker being brothers, you got Scorpion and Sub-Zero, longtime rivals, brothers in this timeline.
Did Joker's mother lie to him? I thought Joker's mother lied to him and said
she didn't lie. She's just mentally insane. She maybe actually believed that, but there's no way it's true.
Right,
you don't.
Right,
you don't know. You don't know because the photo. Remember the photo? Okay, never mind. We're getting off topic. But I'm just saying like that. I'm just saying that dynamic. Well, Quincy Brown, thanks for pointing that out because I didn't see the press conference because I've been working all day. So Quincy Brown, thanks for pointing that out. But yeah, that's a cool dynamic. That so instead of Kwai Lang and Bihan, it's. I'm assuming this is Kwai Lang and Hanzo, their brothers. That's cool. I'm not mad at that.
I'll still just, well, I don't know if they confirm if the Sub-Zero on this new one is actually Kuai Liang or beyond.
They actually have not.
They
But,
haven't confirmed that.
No, they haven't confirmed which Sub-Zero are we talking about here. We don't know. But I do think it actually goes back to the old Playground rumors, like back in the 90s before people really knew what the lore of MK was. The Playground rumor was that Sub-Zero and Scorpion were brothers, and now look, in this new universe, they actually are.
You know what? I'm glad, because how many times... Okay, this is not a complaint, this is just the truth. How many times have they done the Scorpion Sub-Zero rivalry? It's been done so many fucking times, and we're going into the 30th year of Mortal Kombat. I am perfectly fine with Sub-Zero and Scorpion no longer being like, rivalries, deadliest of enemies, but slaves under my power. Like, I'm glad they're finally done with that. I'm okay with moving on. So
I know this won't happen, but I think it would be pretty hilarious if Shao Kahn was in the game, but maybe only in the story. I don't know if he'd be playable or not, but if he did like the full-on 1985 Biff from
Back to the Future,
where he's like all meek and everything, and he's like a servant now, and he's like, "Oh, please let me help you." I think that would be kind of funny to see.
And by the way, Quincy Brown, you are totally right. I think Mike was the one that said to me privately that he thought that Kenshi was Louis Tan, because it is pretty. The resemblance is there.
It almost flipped. I really almost, but I was ready to like vent.
It's Noah Fletter does the face scan for him.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that a lot of the different nuances in the game and everything, Shang Tsung's Soul Steel and everything, is kind of a nod to the movie. You can tell that they're trying to do a light promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take some cues visually from there.
Yeah.
Noah Fletter, somebody pointed out on EDU's tweet that people thought Louis Tan was the facial for Kenshi, but that's not him. So somebody said Noah Fletcher was the facial for Kenshi.
Yeah, I mean, even
it's definitely Noah.
In the original trailer, it looks like the Shang Tsung from the movie. So
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of like watching the footage as we're talking too. Also, I like the. Also, shout out another good throwback to MK2 Kung Lao as the cameo there. Even though I prefer the MK3 with the suspenders more than the MK2 Kung Lao, it's just so cool. Like I said, it's so nice to see all these old costumes back.
I like how like MK2 Kung Lao, the cameo with the spin.
Yeah.
When he did the spin, it kind of like it's the like a nod to his MK2 one. It's like it's the effect. It's the special effects.
They did it so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like seeing the classic MK2 costume, because when they rebooted the story with MK9, and even when they retold the story earlier with MK Shaolin Monks, they had redesigned his costume, and now they brought it back, the exact one that he was wearing in MK2. So they did really good with that.
So we haven't seen that since MK2, or if you want to count MK Trilogy when you could hit select on Kung Lao. But yeah, we haven't seen that since the old era. So it's cool that all these old era costumes are back. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is something that kind of drove me nuts with Mortal Kombat, especially in the 3D era. It always drove me nuts that all the characters, especially like, for example, Scorpion in the 3D era, had like all these swords, all these belts and straps and this and that. You know what? Sometimes less is more. I just like to see the basic costumes without all this fucking gear and shit. Like, it's just nice.
That's indicative of the 90s and 2000s, where it's like it's more stuff, more swords. That's cool. More blades. You know what I mean? It's like, it was looking back. It's so dated. Yeah, that style. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I like it. I'm glad that these costumes are like basic, and I don't mean that in a like insulting way. I like the fact that these costumes that we're seeing, like all of them, not just like
scaled down.
Yeah, like it's not.
It was a bit too much. It
really was.
Yeah,
a little bit extra.
And if you think about, you know how hard it is to fight and all that crazy equipment, okay? So it's more believable when they're wearing less clothing or less like gears and shit.
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna fight somebody, you don't want be like. Why do you think UFC they wear like practically nothing? You know, like come on, like, like it's easier to move and easier to fight when you got like less, you know, stuff on and less gears and shit. So, yeah, I really like to appreciate the fact that these costumes, for the most part, are, you know, they're more basic. I will say this: the Goro costume's a little questionable.
Yeah,
I'm not used to seeing. I've never seen Goro with a shirt and pants before. It's kind of weird.
We never see a Shao Kahn wearing pants. Like,
shorts and pants. Like this is me. Like it's like you know how like everyone got mad when Wonder Woman started wearing pants. Well, god damn it, I don't like Goro with pants on either. Goro, take your pants off. Like, god damn it, Goro. You're supposed to be just wearing your panties, your Speedos. Like, come on. Like, nothing else.
You always have the perfect... You always have the perfect statues, Jay, to prove your point right there.
Like, come on,
Goro.
You
gotta show the detail on that one.
Like,
detail on that.
I'm sorry. Like, come on. Like, where's my Goro with no pants? But whatever. It's just...
And all the other cameo characters that we've seen are really wearing their classic designs like they wore in the original 1, 2, and 3. Goro's the one exception.
Yeah. It's weird. And I'm sorry, does Goro look small to you?
He looks small. He does. Compared to like what he usually be.
Yeah.
Like a little big and muscular.
Yeah. Well, then again, this is in the past, so maybe Goro didn't like. Maybe this is a young girl before he started hitting the Goro gym, you know, like the Shokan gym.
Before hitting the gym?
He hadn't hit his growth spurt yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the moves are so fluid here, man. I love watching it's more fluid, man.
I got chilled when they ended the trailer with the classic Sub-Zero spine rip.
Yes.
When the way he came in, he did a slide and just spine ripped somebody.
But he didn't just spine rip it; he froze him and then he spine ripped. Like
He froze the spine rip, and Scorpion just popped in, and it's like, yeah, that's my home.
Yeah. No, that's you know what? That's my all-time favorite fatality. It never gets old. It never gets old.
The shot looks pretty sick after the spine rip with Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
I was getting MK Shaolin Monk's vibe, like when Sub-Zero does that spine rip to the masked guard in the game's intro. Like, I definitely got. I thought this was a callback to that, possibly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, I want to see Harakiri's come back too.
As quitalities.
I was gonna say to Mad Mike, they're not showing that you can block the cameo because obviously they want to show the moveset, but I'm sure. I wonder if you can block the cameo because a lot of these combos they're going off of are like, you know, a direct hit and then like the cameo comes in. It seems like there's nothing that you can do.
No,
I'm sure. I feel
now
like
the cameo. Can you summon the cameo anytime, or do you have to be in the middle of a combo or an attack to do a cameo?
Confirm is like you can use your cameos as much as you want. There's no limit.
I was more so curious if you can block it.
If you can, you can block the cameo. That's possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They're just not showing it. They're just they show you get.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
They just showcasing like what the gameplay is like. That's it.
You're right. Because if you block the cameo for this opening trailer, it wouldn't look so good.
Yeah. Here's another thing I'm wondering. If Player 1 and Player 2 both have cameo fighters, what happens if you both press the cameo at the same time? Do they fight? Do the cameos fight each other?
I don't think they would.
Oh no!
I bet they
probably clash.
Yeah.
Or just run right through each other.
Yeah.
If I just run right through each other, give yourselves high five.
Yeah.
No, they probably don't interact with each other. They probably just hit each player, and
they go past each other.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like the other.
That'd be cool.
And you decide who's going to be your. Oh, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, you pick who you want to use.
Yeah, because in Marvel vs. Cap, that's right. Because Marvel vs. Capcom, it was random.
Yeah, it was random. They choose it for you.
Yeah, I used to be like, give me Colossus, give me Colossus, give me Colossus.
I
Like, give me Jubilee or Iceman.
You're gonna have to know or see, and I'm thinking from like a fighting game player standpoint. You're gonna have to know like what moveset goes with what. Like, oh yeah, his freeze move will go great with so and so's. Kung Lao's like headshot move.
And I noticed that Ed Boon said that you can't, like, of course, Sub-Zero is like, there is Sub-Zero as a cameo fighter too. Ed Boon confirms like you can use Sub-Zero and cameo Sub-Zero.
Yeah, you have two Sub-Zeros together.
Yeah, two Sub-Zeros on your.
Yeah. They showed on there too. There was two Raidens. They showed like the current Raiden and the MK 1992 Raiden at the same time in the trailer.
My favorite thing, one of them is in Mortal Kombat and in other fighting games, is like the brutality, just the one-hit kill. It comes not out of nowhere, but you plan it and you get it. So I don't know if there's brutality in this. They didn't say it.
Like no mercy style brutalities, right?
Yeah, just like a one-hit kill, like.
Yeah. I hope.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I personally liked it.
I like that a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too.
In Guilty Gear, they had the. You remember the old Guilty Gears with the
dramatic.
Here's why I liked it is because like I'm not gonna lie to you, it just got so irritating, and so boring seeing the actual fatalities over and over again, and it was so cinematic. Whereas like the brutality was quick, boom, quick, just like the old school fatalities in MK1 and 2. They were just boom, quick.
They were classic.
Like kind of like
another element
pretty much Killer Instinct type, like no mercy type of brutality.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if they're gonna have like an Easter egg classic brutality where they have like it blows out the 7 rib cages and shit.
Oh, like a classic nod to the brutalities from. Yeah. Oh, if they do that, man, I would lose it.
That'd be funny. I wouldn't mind it.
That'd be hilarious.
It would.
Like I said, it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be like a new style of finish move, or if they're going to bring back animalities, or if they're going to bring back harakiris.
Friendships or something.
I think, friendships came back in MK11. Brutalities came back in MKX, and they continued in MK11. And then babalities came back in MK9. We haven't seen the return of animalities yet. I'm indifferent about it. I don't care one way or another. But if they bring it back, I'm not gonna get mad. But I just wonder if there's gonna be a new ality, or if they bring back animality and harakiri.
Yeah, they haven't shown too much new stuff for this trailer yet, but I'm sure more is coming down the pipe.
More is coming.
When do you guys think the next big thing will be for this game? The next big reveal?
Evo, July. Evo's in July, right?
It's in early August.
Oh, is it early August? Okay, I think.
Make us wait till then, though. Do you?
I think there'll be one. There'll be one. I think what they're gonna do. Here's what I think. Okay, I have no proof. This is just me speculating. I think I loved it during the MKX hype era when they did these character trailers. I hope they sprinkle some character trailers as we go on, and then at Evo we'll get another big presentation. Or a reveal.
I was thinking that, like, of course, with the pre-order and like the early like beta access stuff, I have a feeling they will like kind of announce when they're gonna like, like for people who pre-order that like they get the beta access like the month before the release.
Yeah,
that's my feeling.
Though. So I'm not gonna get with a disc. I mean, I'll get some cool stuff, but I don't have a beta access though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely we'll see for sure. Like I said, we'll probably do. Like I said, we'll probably do another like gameplay. We'll probably do more discussions like this as time goes on. Because like I said, I want to keep the hype train going. Obviously, as long as it's like discussion worthy. But if anything, maybe if they reveal like multiple stuff, then we'll wait and do like we'll see. But we'll definitely. But as Tattness said, hopefully we'll get another big reveal soon, so we could definitely run it back and talk more about it. That being said, guys, it is 25 after the hour, so you guys want to just do some final thoughts and plug?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's wrap this up. So we'll go in a circle. We'll start with Tabunk. So Tabunk, give your final thoughts and what you hope to see, and finally, and then promote whatever you got to promote, and And just be sure to send me the other links later so I can add to the description. But go ahead, Tab. Floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm really hyped about what they got going on with the story. I love the clash with Johnny Cage being a collector of rare artifacts. You can see the African art in his back, in the background for him. You can see the pink flamingos, the pool. He wanted Sento for himself, and that sets up a good conflict between him and Kenshi. Liu Kang appears to be a peacemaker of sorts, trying to make that work. I love what they're setting up with Katana and Melina. I kind of predicted that after seeing the previous trailer, and I love seeing that this is the direction they're going with them. I can't wait to see. I love the new details that we saw as far as they think she's got some kind of a disease, and I can't wait to see that more fleshed out. Every little thing here, I don't really have any complaints. I was even happy with Raiden. I know he was your favorite character, so maybe you're not 100% happy with some of the changes.
Yeah.
I think everything they got going on here, though, is a step in the right direction. From the lack of variations to the new cameos, I'm just loving everything we're seeing, and all the cameos look amazing. I said on the last time I did something with you guys that this is the best version of Katana I've ever seen, and now I repeat my same sentiment about Jax. I think this is the best Jax has looked, at least ever since the game started using 3D models. So I'm really hyped about everything we're seeing, especially the story mode. I'm a big lore guy, so that's the mode I'm most excited about. As I am a lore buff, you can see my Mortal Kombat lore videos right here on YouTube. You can see them at youtube.com/tabmock99, so follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at the same username, tabmock99.
And Tabmock, it brings me joy to see that you're happy with everything.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, Mad Mike, floor is yours. Anything you want to promote and give your final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll give my final thoughts. So overall, like, there was so much to take on that gameplay trailer that they reveal. But overall, I think I'm kind of pretty excited. I just want to see more. I want to see more on how, like, with, like, the gameplay stuff is like, the UI and stuff. Like, I'm more like kind of gameplay focused on what I want to see and stuff. Like, I'm opposite with Tab Mox. Like, he got the lore thing down. Me, I want to, like, the gameplay part of it. I'll see. Like, I'm glad, like, Variations is out, Breakers are back. Also, like, with cameo fires, I'm in the minority and stuff with that, because, like, with cameo fires, the way how, like, you do combos and stuff is like you get damage, like, big reward for damage and stuff, and just how, like, the way it's like it's kind of being, like, play out where whichever the cameo fighter you pick for your character and it mixes well, I'm telling you, there's gonna be combo videos when this game comes out. Like, literally, like, wherever you find the tech and stuff, and especially high level play of tournament that's going to be happening once this game drops. So be on the lookout for that, because this game, I hope for this game to be the longevity, having, like, content being put out more than MK11, because they stopped production on it all of a sudden. I think after Aftermath, right? No, Ultimate.
Yeah.
Ultimate was their last one. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like, not gonna lie, this is Mortal Kombat. Everything is changing, and the new mechanics, I'm loving it. I love it because I love Marvel vs. Capcom. It's just to me, just like, assist, combo, assist, combo, boom. Yeah. That's cool. And I want to see how the fatality being presented in that game, the way how it is, and hopefully for the music also. Hopefully for the music to be good this time around.
Yeah,
and that's kind of pretty much my final thoughts. So anyway, guys, my Twitch and YouTube handles are MadMike54. Catch me on Twitch. Sub to my channel on my YouTube, and both of my Twitter and Instagram handles are at MikeJones_mad. And that's all I got to say. Oh yeah, and by the way, shout out to 19 Letter for this Sub-Zero hat.
I love it. Old school.
Caps. I got the Scorpion one and I got the Raiden one, and this is like the Sub-Zero, so I rock 3 of them. He just put it out. He just put out the next set, which is like the rest of the MK1 cast, was Johnny Cage, Sonya, Kano, and Liu Kang.
Cool. Nice.
I love 19th Letter, and I got a lot of their merch too. So shout out to them.
Oh yeah, the jacket is fire, both of them.
And their T-shirts.
Yep.
Yes. Josh, on paper, man, your final thoughts and anything else you want to throw out.
I'm not going to keep us too long because I got to get out of here. But yeah, I agree with everything Mad Mike said. You know, we're both Renaissance fighting gamers, man, all around the board. So for me, you know, it's a good year for us, man. We're going to get Street Fighter 6, you know, we have Mortal Kombat, possibly Tekken. I'm excited for all of it, man. It's a little overwhelming. But yeah, everything about this game looks great. I think it looks like one of the best Mortal Kombats I've seen in years. I see that they're using that next gen, you know, system or whatever. You know, I'm excited to get it for PS5. See how beautiful it looks on that, and yeah, I'm excited. Oh, I really love how the fluidity of the moves. It looks like from what I saw in the trailer, how everything's strung together. That's my type of fighter, man. When you know, you can do a bunch of different things, combo out. Learn a character, especially with a partner, you know, or a cameo, like mixing that in there, the element. Yeah, it's gonna be like home for me, you know. And yeah, I'm not really on YouTube too much, but when I am, I'm here on Nerd Cage. It's almost the most interesting man commercial. I don't YouTube much, but when I do, it's on Nerd Cage.
Dude, we love having you here, and Josh, thanks so much for your support. Yeah, all right, Joe, your final thoughts and plug away too.
Well, yeah, I'm excited for the story mode for sure, and I'm also excited for all the cameo characters and the X-rays being brought back. I do want to see some new finishers. I want to see the journey with Raiden and see if he actually, you know, can get back to godhood. And just in general, I just want to see some more from this. I have a thirst for it now, so I think it's going to be great, and I can't wait to see what they have next. It's going to be a wild ride, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. All right, Joe. The stream with Brian Glenn. Go ahead.
Yes, the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn. If you haven't watched that live stream, go ahead and watch it. Abs and all, it was great, and can't wait to have him back in the future again.
Yes, and of course our Spider-Man video.
Yes, our Spider-Man Spider-Verse Whopper and Sunday food review of the Spider-Man Whopper and Sunday from Burger King. It was awesome.
And guys, thanks for all the positive feedback and all the views and all the likes. Moving forward, we're gonna do more food reviews. As long as it's gaming and movie related, we're gonna do more of these. And speaking of Spider-Man and TabMonk99, Joe.
Yes, the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse spoiler discussion. If you haven't seen the movie yet, steer clear until you do. But once you do, watch that video because that was great. We went into all of the spoiler territory for that film, and that was great.
And we had a blast doing it. And speaking of spoiler discussions, Joe, a week from Monday.
The Flash, our most anticipated discussion, yes.
My body's ready. That'll be on Monday, June 19th, panel 2B announced. And Joe, we're going to be off tomorrow, but we're going to stream Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, Super Mario RPG possible finale stream. That's going to be great.
And then Tuesday?
Then Tuesday we go back to Metroid Prime Remastered with our girl Samus.
Yes. And then to close things out, my general thoughts, I'm not going to lie, I was underwhelmed, but after really taking a closer look and having it break, you know, I guess I had immediate gut, what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of had like a yeah. Now that I had time to process and think about it, and of course having Mad Mike and Tabmonk and Josh and Joe break it down a little more, my excitement went up. I'm still disappointed with Raiden, but you know what? But if I look outside of Raiden, no pun intended, but after the shock of seeing Raiden so basic, I'm willing to look around Raiden and see all the other good things that's been presented here. So my excitement's gone up a little bit.
On behalf of Raiden, let me just say, sorry.
Yes. And speaking of Raiden, well, not so much Rain, but Mortal Kombat. If you haven't already, go to our TeePublic, guys. We have some amazing designs. I'm just grabbing them. Sorry, guys. We have some amazing designs. Check this out. Mortal Kombat, the arcade marquee. Mortal Kombat 3 Fatality. Mortal Kombat 1 Fatality. Where's my Mortal Kombat 2 Fatality? Oh, my God. Yes, my Mortal Kombat 2 oh, my God. 2 Fatality. Zelda. We got so many, guys. Go to our TeePublic, all right? I promise you're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it.
Guarantee it.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
But
No.
I just want to say thank you to
great.
everybody. I know it was a last minute stream, but thank you to everybody who came tonight. We will definitely continue the coverage of Mortal Kombat 1 as time goes on. As more information is revealed to us, we will probably do more of these style live streams and discussions. So thank you very much. Please subscribe to the gentlemen on screen. Not only that they are talented and fantastic content creators, they are terrific friends, and I'm happy to have them a part of the Nerd Cage Live Alliance. That being said, everybody, please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like Liu Kang's new timeline. So the USA, from the land of the fiery skies of Syracuse, New York, well, it's clearing up now, and Florida, Arlington, Texas, and New Jersey, to all our friends and fans around the world at Nerd Cage Live, Mad Mike Jones, TabMonk99, on paper, as always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, go to the gym, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on Twitch Saturday night. Be excellent to each other, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about Nerd Cage Live! Ooh.